Yeah, this is Point Black coming in hard and off the car, coming with the flow straight to the barrio and coming with the heat to the motherfucking street. This is TBNN Point Black National News, the late edition and the ghetto edition as well. Now today we got to straighten things up because we know full well the game that is played. They think that we don't, but we do. You see, this is the mistake they make. They think that they can fool you with the back and forth flow as we go. But Point Black be on top of everything they could possibly think of because I spare nothing past them. You know what I'm saying? So let's be clear on that right here, right now. You dig? And we've got to start making more sense of the situations that we may be in. You know what I'm saying? We can't allow them to have total control in any tricks that they play. You see what I'm saying? So we've got to get them right. And if we don't, then we're looking at a whole lot of things that doesn't make sense, but we're trying to make sense out of nonsense. You know what I'm saying? So we can't be doing that. We can't be doing that on a constant level. You know what I'm saying? And that's where we find ourselves in a whole lot of trouble and a lot of solutions that cannot be made or put into context based on the fact of we solving the problems and the stuff that we may be in. So we've got to start making more sense of our whole shit based on anything that they may come with. You see what I'm saying? So we have to start doing that. That's just as important as anything else that you do. You see what I'm saying? So we just looking at some things that needs to be looked at in many ways as we see. You see what I'm saying? As we see. You know what I mean? And that's very important. You know what I mean? We cannot continue to run down the road, telling everything we see in some forms. You know what I'm saying? Because what comes out of that basically is people will think that you don't know what is going on based on them that come over to our country or have been involved in the whole situation against one race of people or peoples for many, many years. You see? While they enjoy all the fruits and the goodness, all you reap is a sour apple. You know what I mean? So let's get that straight right here, right now. You know what I'm saying? So when we look at the situation, we see that also. My little joint, man. We see that also when it comes to the knowledge or the speaking of certain things. So, I see Biden's running around trying to, he's trying to lie his bill into good prosperity and saying that it's going to do well for the people. But we're going to see about that because his bill sounds like straight garbage. It sounds like straight, and I hope we're going to get to that. I see him running around trying to lie the bill. So let's be clear. He's trying to lie the bill to the truth, true to the word of wordplay. You know what I'm saying? To the people. You see? But in politics and those who's up there, educated to, the wordplay, and the language, can basically play with the people's mind. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to the people who may have the power, who can say this and say that, of course it's going to go through. It's going to go through. And then it's going to come down the wire, down onto your head. Such as we saw with the executive laws that were signed and Cuomo mandates and all the demon Democrat governors mandates in all these states. You know what I'm saying? And this comes because people will not choose to be a varietist in the way they choose their politics. they choose it more on a following basis. You know what I mean? And a lot of times it's dummies. But I see he trying to lie to wordplay. He is lying. You know what I'm saying? He is lying. Let's be honest here. He's lying. And we know he is. You know what I mean? So he ain't fooling no one. You see what I'm saying? He is lying when it comes to his wordplay. So let's be honest. You know what I mean? He is lying. You know what I'm saying? And what opportunity is he talking about when your taxes, let's look at your taxes, and your taxes and rent is high as sky. I don't know about the South with the rent situation, but it could be the same. No matter if you have the rent situation better, it could be less opportunity as well. So what opportunity is he talking about? Because one don't work without the other. Let's look at it from a perspective. If I'm say for instance, I live in a area such as what they always seem to run down on and make it into a poor area. You know what I'm saying? Let's say I'm living in an area where there's not a lot of opportunity, and they call it the same word from England, a ghetto. You know what I'm saying? Let's say I'm living there, but I'm rich. I'm rich. So I can make my own opportunities. You see? I can do that. But those that live in the area that is not wealthy can't do that. They have to live by the survival and wit. So that means that anyone can orchestrate that flow. And it would be up to you to move forward out of that position. But being to the mentality that you may have from that ghetto, you can't. Because you're going to keep going around in the same circle. And then when you enter in drugs and all types of other products that sways the mind of the first generation to the second generation, the third generation, all be messed up somewhere. So the uniphysical understanding is not going to stand when it comes to business or commerce, because they're only basing it on the fact that I don't like you, so I ain't gonna help you. And that's a very poor way of thinking. Let's be honest here. It's like I don't like Donald Trump, but if Donald Trump offered me a proposal of a business where he can make $1 trillion and I can make a couple billion, you know what I'm saying? Coming from a standard of less than, why wouldn't I take the deal? I don't care if I don't like him or not. I don't care that. What I got to do with business? See, you're too emotional, and you're running off that garbage, and that's gonna be your downfall and your missed success. So you better stay on your game as you want to do it for yourself all the same. You know what I'm saying? But he is lying, because we look at the rent, even here on Long Island. When we look at it here on Long Island, you see it, how expensive it can be. You know what I'm saying? What opportunity when the rent is sky high? You know what I'm saying? Mm-mm-mm. That was and is still a low-minded thinking individual, low down dirty bullshit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? When you look at the minimum wage, you know what I'm saying? The wage is still too low. Many are living below even the poverty, what they call the poverty line. And many more, tens of thousands, if we may add, losing their jobs all across America when we look at it. Losing their jobs. People die due to, people have died actually due to Biden and Kamala. Bullshit. Which I call the Biden crew. You know, it's out to rob our country. You know what I'm saying? It's out to rob our country. Blind. And that's a fact and point blank. They're really trying to rob our country blind. And they would love to do so. But people have to start seeing it more better than that when it comes to your very own country. You cannot leave it all the time up to someone else based on any ideology that you may have in your head. You know what I'm saying? So we know we got a lot of crazy people running around. Mental illness seems to be high these days, but we know how and how did it get that way. You know what I'm saying? Tens of thousands losing their job due to Kamala and Biden garbage bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Robbing the country blind. You know what I'm saying? Under the cover of darkness and talking, removing voting restrictions and all kinds of voting restrictions, ending the filibuster. Even talking about ending the filibuster. Damn. Y'all gonna take the toilet out next? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Even ending up talking about ending the filibuster. You know what I mean? Open borders, open border policy. To me, you know what I'm saying, they the ones who even, he's the one Biden himself that had this plan leading all the way up to the Capitol riots. When we look at it, you know what I'm saying, cheated the elections, you know what I'm saying, him and Cuomo and the rest of his clowns, you know, and what proved that, my friend, is COVID-19. You see what I'm saying? That proved that. Then you got Pelosi, Steve Ballone, Schumer. I mean, every trick in the book. You know what I'm saying? And all the cronies in places just like on a chessboard. You know what I'm saying? They had all the cronies in position. Perfectly, I said. Am I there? So, you know, when you look at that, you see every trick in the book that was played. And he's going to fix all that went on. He's going to fix it. You know what I'm saying? And what's going to fix it right, you know what I'm saying? And get it copacetic. Copacetic, you know what I'm saying? He's going to get 3.5 trillion, and that's going to take care of everything. I tell you what, you give me 3.5 trillion, and it'll be all right too. Cause my probation gonna be all right. Anyway, but he's gonna get 3.5 trillion, and he's gonna fix everything that went on from the beginning of this so-called pandemic. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna get it in cash. You know what I'm saying? He's raising the debt ceiling, and most of all, you have to pay it back. Somebody got to pay it back, because that's how they do. You got to pay it back. You know what I'm saying? Let's be 100. Most of all, you're going to have to pay it back. So let's keep it 100 here. You know what I'm saying? You got to pay it back out of your pocket. That's the way they do. They spend the money, live large, and then charge us for it. The poor people, or the people out here, you know, by taking your money from you. Same as England did to them. And the Brits and the French, and you know how we go. Anyway, probably even the Germans. You know, you have to get out your pocket. You know what I'm saying? While he keeps lying, hoping you stay dumb. Stay dumb to the facts. His satanic moves. That's a fact. And motherfucking point blank. You ain't gonna get it no better than that. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it 100. That's a fucking point blank. You see the way Biden and the elite and satanic Democrats see it. It's not the way you see it. You see? The way they see it is the ones who's, the ones who work the hardest. The ones who work the hardest gets the less. You see? Well, yep. That's the way that's the type of mind frame they got. Well, many would say he's the president. He's the president. So he should get paid millions, trillions, and be able to manipulate and our money out here while he administering on gazillions, talking about some taxes and shit and all kinds of different penalties and shit. Cause he the president, he's supposed to just walk away clean. You know what I mean? He's supposed to walk away real clean when we ask him. You know what I'm saying? So he should get the millions. You know what I'm saying? He's running the country. Yeah. So are we. Let's get that clear. Right here. Right now. Now, what do I mean by that? Let's be honest. Coming in with part two.